It's Holly and I'm here to talk about my most anticipated releases of 2016. I do not have dates in this video. One, because I don't want this video to be really long, and two, because I was too lazy to go look them up again. Mostly that one. That's, you know, whatever. So I have a list of, I don't know how many, I'm not going to count them. Please see previous comment about being lazy. Books that I am excited about. There are other books that I'm interested in reading next year, and I may not necessarily buy these books right when they come out, but these are the ones that interest me the most, at least right now. So a bunch of them are actually like continuations in series or similar things, but some are new books or standalones. So the first one is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I'm sure like a ton of people are really excited about this. I am definitely excited about it. This is one of those books where I'm not sure if I'm going to read it right away. I think I've talked about this before. With Cassandra Clare, sometimes I like to every other book she's written, I basically waited until the series was complete or almost complete to read it. But now that I'm part of like this booktube community, I don't know if I want to risk being spoiled for anything, so I may just have to read it as it comes out. Starflight by Melissa Landers. She wrote the Alienated duology. Hold on, we'll get there. And this is a new book by her. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a series, but it might be a standalone. I'm not 100% sure. And it's like a sci-fi space thing, kind of like Alienated, and I'm very excited for it. I just like Melissa Landers' writing. So next is Summer Days and Summer Nights. This is the anthology, and it's kind of like My True Love Gave to Me. It's going to be edited by Stephanie Perkins, but it's like a summer one instead of a winter one. So I'm sure it's going to be good, just like that first anthology, and I can't wait to read it. Is Damaged Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Now I'm not going to talk too much about what this is about because it's like a spoiler for the whole Addicted Calloway series, Calloway Sisters series, even though I have not read Long Way Down yet. I feel like I'm like purposely putting it off like to avoid the end of this series. But Damaged Like Us takes place in the same world and is connected to those books in a way. This was originally supposed to come out this year, but it keeps getting pushed back, which is fine. They're self-published, they have to do everything on their own, and I'm more than willing to wait for their stuff. I'm so excited for this. Speaking of Krista and Becca Ritchie, I'm also excited for Infini, which, first of all, the cover is gorgeous. This is going to be a companion novel to Amor Amor. This one follows Luca, I believe, and who you meet in Amor Amor, and it's just going to be like a new adult standalone romance, and I really liked the family that Luca is a part of, and this takes place in Vegas in like a Cirque du Soleil kind of a world. Next is The Power by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is going to be the second book in the Titan series, I think is what it's called. The first one was The Return. This is the spin-off series to the Covenant series, and this follows Seth. I really liked the Return. I thought it was a great story. I love Seth. Love Josie, she's great. I have no idea how many books are going to be in this series, but I'm on board. Next is another anthology. This one is called A Tyranny of Petticoats, and this one is edited by Jessica Spotswood, who I love. She wrote the Cahill Witch Chronicles, and this is supposed to be an anthology of like kick-ass girls, and they're like all historical and stuff. I think it's going to be great. It has a bunch of like popular authors, so like Jessica Spotswood, Beth Revis and stuff. I think it's going to be great, and I love a good historical. Next is United by Melissa Landers, which this is what I was talking about earlier. Alienated is not going to be a duology. There's going to be a third book. It is so exciting. I have no idea what she's going to do. There was definitely resolution at the end of the second book, but like more things could happen, and I'm so glad we're getting a third book. More Alex, more Kara, just more awesomeness. Next is The Beast by J.R. Ward, and this is going to be her newest book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I think I'm only one book behind at this point, which is The Shadows, which I do want to read because I'm interested in those characters, but I was starting to get frustrated with this series. But The Beast is going to be a return to Mary and Rage's story, and they were the couple in the second book, and they're probably my second favorite couple in the series after Zadist and Bella, so I'm gonna come back and read it. But I feel like these series, even though each one usually follows a couple, there's also other plot things going on in the world, so you can't really read them out of order, especially as you get later into the series. So I suppose I'm gonna have to go back and read The Shadows, and if I missed another book, that one as well. The one thing is, these books started being published in hardcover, so, and I don't really want to own them in hardcover, so, even though some of them are, unfortunately. I may just wait for this to come out in paperback before I read it, but I am very excited about it. More rage, more merry. Is Traitor Angels by Anne Blankman. I read The Prisoner of Night and Fog and Conspiracy of Blood and Smoke over like the summer, and really enjoyed them. They broke my heart, but they were amazing stories, and Anne Blankman's writing is beautiful, so I immediately wanted to see if she had anything else coming out, and this is a book she has coming out next year. It's going to be a historical fiction. Historical fiction seems to be the theme for next year. Maybe that's a trend. That'd be a cool trend. I read the synopsis once, but I didn't really retain anything. I am on board with like court politics, historical fiction, and Anne Blankman. I mean, those three things had me sold to begin with. Next is Into the Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Basically assume that if Jennifer L. Armentrout has a book coming out, I'm excited about it. This is going to be the latest in her like Wait For You series. I'm actually not super intrigued by the two characters that I assume this one is going to be about, but I'm going to trust in Jennifer L. Armentrout that she will make me love them, and it's gonna be okay. Next is Because of Miss Bridgerton. So I was looking for historicals. Oh, I didn't make this list yet when I thought of this. The next Lorraine Heath book in the Hellions of Havisham, that one too, I don't know what it's going to be called, but I am excited about it. Don't you worry. But Because of Miss Bridgerton is going to be Julia Quinn's latest book. I haven't read her more recent releases. I wasn't really feeling the Smith, I don't know how you say those people's names, series, but this is a return to the Bridgerton world, and not that series isn't too, but whatever. This takes place pre the Bridgerton series, is my understanding. So I don't know, I feel like she threw Bridgerton on there, and I was like, I got to read it. I'm not proud of myself. I'm not proud. That is Hold Me by Courtney Milan. I have been waiting for this book for a long time. This is the second book in her Cyclone series. The first one is Trade Me. I thought this one was coming out this year, but I guess not. Which again, it's fine. It's self-published. I understand that they have to do a lot on their own, so I get it. I really like the heroine. She was in Trade Me. She's Tina's friend, and she's actually a transgender character, which I've never read. I'm very curious to see what she does with it. I'm sure it'll be amazing, just like Trade Me. And the last is The Glittering Court by Richelle Mead, and this is going to be another historical fiction. I don't think it has any fantasy elements in it, but it might. I honestly don't remember that much about what this was about, but I think it's supposed to be like Elizabethan or something. So I'm hoping for court politics and Richelle Mead's great writing, and historical fiction, like I said before. So those are the releases I am most excited about for 2016. If there's any that you're excited about or you think I should check out, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!